Hey guys, Arthurian Witch here. So for today's video, I decided to do a review. And I'm doing a review on a tarot deck that I got for my birthday in March. Now I put this deck aside because the cards are kind of big and I have a couple other decks that I'm using at the moment that are kind of taking up most of my time. But this one has recently been calling my name to pick up and play with and do a few readings with. And so I thought I would do a review for you guys. In later videos, I'll show you guys my other decks, but this is just happens to be the only one that I have at work with me at the moment. So this deck is the Tarot of the Sidhe deck by Emily Carding. And it comes in a box, about this big. It's got amazing illustrations. I love the pictures. Although I have found that some of the people that I do readings for prefer my other decks over these because the images can be kind of weird, I guess. But it's just new. And these images are actually she inspired. So I'm guessing the artist meditated and got inspiration for each card from the she and the fairies and things like that to draw up the cards. So the only thing that I don't like about these cards is they're kind of big. If you look, they're about that big. So for people with smaller hands, they can be kind of hard to shuffle the traditional way. So you may have to find another way to shuffle them. But other than that, the illustrations are amazing. Let me see if I can find some for you that I really like. And they're really not that bad. I don't know if you guys can see that. But, they have images like this, which some people find disturbing or awkward or things like that. But most of the images are amazing. Like I said, they are kind of big. So if you have smaller hands, maybe, if you can shuffle them long ways, it might be easier for you. They do come with a tiny little book that is about this big, and rather than typical tarot decks which have cups and swords and wands and things like that, these don't have that. They do have the major arcana, but they are differently worded. So, something like the king or something would be the elder in this deck. And the other cards are, there's this one, which I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says Dreamer 6. So they're not labeled traditionally, swords, wands, things like that. They do have Pan in this deck, too. So, she does go all out in this deck, and it is an amazing deck. I love reading with it. So, and when you look in the book, you don't get the typical response for when you're doing tarot cards. I know a lot of you who read tarot cards are used to seeing, the Two of Cups is about emotional response, or the Star is about asking for divinity's help, or things like that. And that's not really the case with these. What she gives you when you open up the book is she gives you almost like a little story about what the card is, and it's the card telling you about itself, which I love. And then she just gives you keywords. So I happen to flip to the moon. So the keywords for the moon are dreams, cycles, intuition, prophecy, vision, illusion, shadow self, subconscious, underworld, emotions, and hormones. So it gives the reader that freedom to interpret the cards more as a story than as, here's what the card means, there you go. And she also gives you an author's note about the card. So she tells you how the card came about, if it was through meditation, if she saw something in nature that inspired it, and so on and so forth. Now, Emily Carding, this is not her only deck. She does have, as far as I know, 2 other decks, and they are the Transparent Tarot and the Transparent Oracle cards, both of which I have ordered through the shop that I read at, and we're going to try and test them out and see if they're a good deck. And if we like them, I may end up doing a review on them. So if you guys are interested in these cards, again, they are the Tarot of the Sidhe by Emily Carding. They retail for about $24.99, but I know Amazon has stuff, and local shops sometimes do price deductions or things like that, but you can get them through her website. And so far, I've been reading with these cards, and they are amazing. They're really accurate, and they kind of make you think. You know, here's the Magician. You know, when people see the Magician, they usually think about magic and a guiding force, kind of like Merlin. But this card makes you think of, you know, the combination of all the elements and things like that. So it gives the reader more freedom to read as they want. So that is my review so far for the Tarot of the Sidhe. If you guys want to see readings with these cards, or you guys are interested in getting a private reading, send me an email, drop me a comment. I have no problems with doing private readings. I'm not going to charge you because there's no point. So just let me know. All right, blessed be, guys.